Hello everyone and welcome to Scott Dunger's English. I'm Scott Dunger and today is the 9th edition. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, can you? This is the 9th edition and there'll be many more editions to come for you. We're going to be, as usual, looking at a phrasal verb, an idiom, a word, something called the battle of words, which I'll explain more about later on, and then moving down to the topic of the week, which I'll be giving my opinion on. Now, before getting into all of this, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, watched and subscribed to the channel so far. Your support is greatly appreciated from all over the world, from all around the UK. Thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoy and learn something new from today's edition. Let's begin with our phrasal verb for this edition, which is hat off to. Hat off to. As you can see, I'm wearing this hat, especially for this example, and for you. You're welcome. And our definition is to express congratulations to someone or somebody. To express congratulations to someone or somebody. Hats off to the chef for a delicious meal. Hats off to the chef for a delicious meal. Our phrasal verb for this edition is hat off to. Now it's time to look at our idiom, and a quick reminder to those who don't know or don't remember what an idiom is. An idiom is a metaphorical expression that we have in the English language. And the idiom we have for this edition is the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg. And our definition is a small, noticeable part of a problem, the total size of which is really much greater. A small, noticeable part of a problem, the total size of which is really much greater. For example, Ronald has been late to work 3 times this week, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Ronald has been late to work 3 times this week, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Our idiom for this edition is the tip of the iceberg. Let's now move across to our word, which is paw. Paw. And it is, you can see here, it is a noun, and our definition is the foot of an animal that has claws or nails, such as a cat, dog or bear. So the foot of an animal that has claws or nails, such as a cat, dog or bear. So for us in English, this for a human is known as the palm. This is the palm of our hand, but for dogs, cats and bears and other animals, it is known as a paw. For example, the curious vet inspected my dog's paw. The curious vet inspected my dog's paw. Our word for this edition is paw. That's right, people, hands up. It's Battle of Words time, and a reminder to those who don't know what the Battle of Words is, well, you've been missing out, because the Battle of Words is when we look at words in the English language that are similar but not the same. And our 2 words for this edition are maybe and perhaps. Maybe and perhaps. And our first word is maybe, and we have mostly in front or end position. So mostly in the front position of the sentence or at the end position of a sentence. For example, maybe I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll go for a walk. The second one is perhaps. Perhaps. And our definition here is used in the front, mid and end position and is slightly more formal than maybe. Used in the front, mid and end position and is slightly more formal than maybe. Robbie is perhaps the nicest man I've ever met. Robbie is perhaps the nicest man I've ever met. And a reminder, if you're not sure what these 2 words mean, is we use these words when we think something is possible but we are not certain. So we use these words when we think that something is possible but we are not certain. Our battle of words for this edition are maybe versus perhaps. Last but not least, we have our topic, which is, does the weather affect people's mood? Does the weather affect people's mood? Well, in my opinion, I can understand why it affects people's mood. And the reason I think it affects people's mood is because of their background, where they come from. If they come from a hot country and they move to another country and it is cloudy, rainy, a little bit miserable, then I can understand why it impacts on that person's life or impact on that person's day. But if I'm looking at it personally, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. I couldn't care less if it is snowing, if it is raining, if it is hailing, if there is a hurricane, if there's a tornado. Well, actually, if there's a hurricane or tornado, I want to be inside. But I think you know what I mean. It doesn't make a difference to me how the weather is. I will feel how I feel on the day based on what is going on in my life, not necessarily about what is going on outside. The weather is uncontrollable, it's unpredictable, and there's nothing that can be done about it. That's therefore why I live with the weather just like we all do. So it doesn't affect my mood, but I tell you what, it does affect some. So that is something that does need to be respected. This is my opinion about the topic of the week. I would love to hear your opinion in the comments section below, also about what we have had a look at here today. Don't forget everyone to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you on the 10th edition of Scott Dunger's English. See you soon. Bye.